You're listening to Parasearch Radio, news, views and reviews from the world of the paranormal from across the UK and beyond.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this week's Supernaturelle show. My name's Gemma, and joining me tonight, I have the lovely Miki York from UK Haunted. Good evening, Miki.
Good evening, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm all good, thanks. Ready to go?
Are you all ready to go, Miki? Check you out. I'm not. No, I'm ready, joking. I'm ready. Miki, before we start tonight's radio show, there's just one thing that I think that we should touch upon, and that is your daughter's Brave the Shave.
Okay, yeah.
What an absolute diamond. You must be so proud of her.
Yeah, she did amazing, didn't she?
She did really, really well. I see the pictures, and for anybody that's listening that doesn't know what we're on about, Miki's daughter did actually do Brave the Shave recently, didn't she, Miki?
Yeah, she's 14 and now she's bald.
She's 14 and now she's bald. Oh, bless her.
Back at school.
Oh, bless the little heart. How much did she raise in total?
£770.
See, that's phenomenal.
Yeah.
That is absolutely fantastic. I just don't think we could have really done tonight's show without touching upon that, because not many people her age would do such a brave thing. So 10 out of 10 to your daughter, and you must be so proud.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, she did us proud for her. I'm actually going to do it next year.
You're actually going to brave the shave?
Yep.
See, there we go, ladies and gents listening. Miki is, and he can't back out of it now. Miki has said that he's going to brave the shave. So is it just going to be you doing it next year then, or are you going to get like the whole family involved?
No, just me, I think. My wife's already got weird enough haircuts anyway.
No,
and colours.
She's going to slap you if she's listening to this.
She's at work, it's all right.
Oh, well, there you go. Luckily for you, because if she heard that, you would get a slap. Bless her. So, Miki, UK Haunted, yes. How's all the guys doing? Are you all doing well?
Yeah, all good.
Any public events coming up?
No, not at the moment.
Not at the minute.
No.
Okie dokie. I know a lot of people will have been asking for a public event.
Normally we do a few, but we're planning something very big for Halloween. So,
we do like Halloween as a paranormal investigator.
Yeah, it gets exciting soon, doesn't it?
Well, I think I've already started. To be fair, I think the anticipation of Halloween is already building.
Yeah, I bought a massive clown the other day from B&M.
Oh, you see, why would you do that?
Because clowns are cool and it talks and everything.
See, again, why would you do that, Miki?
It talks about eating you and stuff. It's well good.
Really?
Yeah.
That's not sounding good to me, to be fair, Miki. That's sounding more like a nightmare.
Oh, dear.
I don't do clowns in any single way, shape or form. Horrific. No. Absolutely horrific. So, Miki, we've got you on. I'm saying we, of course, like it is just me tonight because Jolene's not with us. She's currently on her way back from Madrid. So if you're listening, I hope you had a great time, Joe.
Lucky for some, isn't it?
I know, right? Where was my invite? So, Miki, we've got you on tonight to discuss your collection of haunted dolls.
Well, hey.
The first thing that I want to know is, how did you get into collecting dolls? Because I've seen a couple of yours on your YouTube videos.
Yeah.
They are scary just to look at. Damn right scary. So how did you get into collecting them, and what was it about them that drew you in?
It's nothing that I actually watched like in films or TV programs. I never thought, haunted dolls. And at this point, Annabelle wasn't really that well known, I would say. I think I saw someone was selling something on eBay. It was supposedly like one of the first haunted dolls I'd ever seen on eBay. And obviously I was doing paranormal stuff and I thought, that was pretty cool. And I was speaking to my wife. I said, can I get a haunted doll sort of thing? She was like, you can get it, but you won't keep it in the house. And I thought, okay, fair enough. Just to say, I didn't win this doll anyway. It wasn't really that expensive, to be fair, compared to what they do go for now.
Yeah, times have changed now, though, haven't they?
Yeah, they're all fake now and all. But that's another matter. But yeah, and then I thought, oh, I missed out on that one. I want to go and search and see if anyone like has them and like you can pick them up. Found a few websites in America that had them, and I thought, oh, it's too much hassle. And then I got in touch with a man who was selling his mum's collection. She had a few. She used to collect. I think she had about 10 dolls, something like that. And she used to keep diaries of each doll's activity. But unfortunately, this lady died, and her son didn't want these dolls. So
I can't for the life of me work out why.
No, so he was basically in the process of getting rid of them. I think he had 3 left when I contacted him, and I got my first doll was Satan Sadie. I didn't get the diary with it, obviously, because it was personal to his mum. So he wanted the diaries that were kept.
That is such a shame, though, isn't it? Really, because if you'd have had the diaries, you could have been privy to a lot of paranormal activity, I guess, and personal experiences. Yeah,
definitely. I mean, I was told what her sort of activity was. They used to keep them in the attic, and from time to time they would get a different one down and put it in the house and move it around the house and that. And when Sadie was down in the house, they would hear like a witch's cackle around the house for no reason. And I think there was a cat. The cat used to hiss at it because it hated it. It used to sit on like a bookcase at the top of the stairs. And when obviously Sadie went into the loft, it was locked, and you would hear her running up and down.
Oh my God!
Yeah. So...
Can you imagine that though? Can you just imagine being laid in bed and then just hearing somebody running about your loft? That would give you the chills without a doubt. It's got to.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I've never kept them in the attic, but so I've never actually.
Oh, maybe you should.
Yeah, just don't tell no one.
Yeah, just don't tell anyone they're there. So where are the dolls kept now? Where do you keep them? If the wife says they're not allowed in the house, where have you put them?
They're in my shed.
So have you got like a man cave then? That's
no. What I've got the old-fashioned 50s leather suitcases you used to get with the films where they go on the train and that.
Yeah.
Yeah. For some reason, I thought they'd look cool to go in there, so I bought Sadie one and I kept her in there. Then as I got more and more of them, I had to get a second suitcase.
So the poor dolls are shoved in a suitcase.
Yeah.
So how many dolls in total have you got, Miki?
I have 9 now.
9?
Yeah.
So your collection is rapidly growing?
Yeah.
Are you currently on the lookout for more? Or is it just something that just if it's there, you'll have it, if it's not?
Yeah, basically. I'm not going in search because everyone says these dolls are haunted now and they're not, clearly.
See, this is it. This is what I was wondering. How do you determine what's haunted and what's not just from a description on sale sites?
Exactly. You need to... Obviously, it depends which sale sites and where you got them from. I mean, most of mine I didn't get off eBay anyway. I got in contact with certain people. And obviously you hear the backstory and you sort of go off that, really, to be fair. And then obviously when you get them, you need to work with them and just to see if you can get any evidence that would suggest that it is haunted.
So speaking of the evidence from them then, what sort of evidence have you captured with them up to now?
Well, I'll talk about... we'll finish off Sadie. When we did the Nyctophobia horror film a few years ago, we were down underground filming, and Sadie was supposed to be like in the background. And we were filming at one end of the corridor, and when we came out, she had moved from basically the shelf near the steps to the middle of the corridor. And
so Sadie didn't want to be kept out of shot then. Sadie wanted to be in.
Yeah, exactly. So... I mean, we couldn't explain that, but that is supposed to be one of her things as well, where she moves about.
So was that done with just you and Alex then?
What?
The filming, yeah.
No, that was with After Midnight Productions.
Ah, right, okay.
With our writer friend Alan Keane, who wrote the script for the film.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good film.
Is that one to watch? Is it, Mickey? Is that little plug we've got going on there?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Don't blame you. I would too. I've not actually. Definitely. I don't think I've actually seen that. So I think.
Have you not?
I might. No, I don't think so. What was it called again, Mickey?
Nyctophobia. Me and Alex dressed up as policemen at the end. It's so cool.
I think I'm going to have a look at this.
Yeah,
we might have to get you and Alex back on one day for this film.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, definitely send me the link. Definitely.
Yeah, I will.
So Sadie was doll number 1.
Yeah.
So who came next?
I think it was Edward. Is it Edward or Janet? No, I think Janet was. Obviously, a lot of people probably know Janet because I do lots of work with her and she's very active.
Yeah, I've seen quite a few of your YouTube videos that you've done with Janet.
Yeah, she doesn't have any eyes, but she's got teeth. So.
And if that's not a clue to run straight away, I don't know what
it's creepy because sometimes you can see and it looks like she's following you around the room with her eyes, but she hasn't got any.
You see, I think that about all dolls.
I do, yeah.
My mum used to have porcelain dolls, and she used to have them all over the front room. And everywhere you went, that it is like they follow you. Dolls and clowns, I'm not a big fan of, if I'm totally honest. They just freak me out.
But yes, Janet, she came from a lady in Texas. I think she's seen one of my videos about Sadie probably, and she said that she had a doll that was in her family since at least 1903, because it's actually written or stamped on the back of this doll.
Oh my God.
And the whole family hated it, and they used to lock it in the attic because whenever it was down, like all the females anyway, they all had a sense of fear, and they were really not happy with it being out. And they were. And
was that just the females? Did you say?
As far as I know, yeah, that's all that the lady mentioned to me, and I said, yeah, I'll take the doll, and she didn't want no money for it, and she even paid the £50 to send it postage to me, and didn't want nothing back. Exactly, they wanted to get rid of it that badly. So. But yeah, and I got her, I think 3 years ago now, and it was just before Friday the 13th. So obviously you got to do a video.
Well, naturally.
Yeah, like you do. And at this point, I didn't have a name for her, so I was obviously using the spirit box, using other devices just to try and see if there's any activity. And I kept telling her, my name's Miki. Can you tell me your name? I need to know who you are. Do you have an attachment? And I said, what's your name? It said Janet. So basically, she told me her own name.
Oh, my God.
On the video.
That is a question, actually, that's been posted or even posted in the chat from, it's from the lovely Carl. Who names your little treasures? So Janet obviously told you her own name.
Yeah. Sadie already had her name. The others I just named myself. To be fair, so I I'll tell you which ones I got then, yeah?
Yeah, go for it, yeah.
Yeah, so I got Janet, Saint Sadie, Posh Edward, because he looks posh and he was like a 19 Victorian doll, whatever, his little leather velvet suit on. We got Little Damien, Asylum Annie, Burnt Baby. I actually found.
I'm guessing Burnt Baby, is there a bit of a clue in the title there?
Yeah, I found him on, I think I was exploring or something like that, some abandoned place while out filming, so I picked it up. And I didn't realise it actually had like a voice thing in the back. So until I was filming, I think, Periscope in my room. And it started crying. And I'm like, what the hell?
Oh, I'd have been out of there.
That scared me. So I had to open the back and think, okay, there's an off button.
Turn it off quick. Turn it
Yeah,
off.
yeah. And I've got Rosa, which was from a Spanish market. It's got little castanets. It's really strange. I haven't really worked with her. I think only once. I've got a doll that I never actually gave a name to, which still doesn't have a name. And I don't think I've actually worked with that doll on her own. I have done with like all of them, but not that one. And my last one was the Blinking Bride. So obviously, she's dressed in a bride wedding dress, and she's supposed to blink, but she doesn't have like movable eyelids. So that's something I'm working
So
on.
how can she blink then if she's got no movable eyelids?
Exactly. That's the thing.
See, that is something that I would want to see myself. That is, how can that possibly happen?
Yeah. So obviously that's something I'll be working on soon.
Yeah. So when you're working with them, Miki, how does that work? What does it involve? Because obviously I've seen quite a few of your YouTube videos.
Yeah.
But people listening at home might not.
Yeah. Basically, I will use various bits of equipment I've got. They won't all be the same for every doll and every video. I like to vary it. And I'll use probably some voice recorders, try and capture spirit voices, different spirit boxes. Yeah, pretty much it, really. Just obviously audio, because obviously we want them to talk.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, you have got quite a large collection anyway, haven't you, of spirit boxes?
Yeah, I've got about 6 now.
Is that one of like your favourite pieces of equipment to be using?
It is, definitely. Yeah, I love that. I love using, obviously, different varieties. They all work differently. So
what is it about the spirit box that just draws you in?
I think because if you ask controlled questions and you get a controlled answer, that only, there's only basically one answer. Or a couple,
very true.
And it comes through on the radio or the spirit box, whatever you want to call it. And people say, oh, that's just radio bleed. But what are the chances at that speed in reverse and actually get a full sentence? That is the thing.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I love a spirit box session personally, and I know because obviously I do know you, so I know that one of your biggest pet hates is somebody calling a spirit box session an EVP.
Yeah, and when you're trying to capture them on the voice recorder, yeah. Oh, I'm just doing an EVP. No, you're not. That's what you capture. That's what it's called. It really winds me up, and I wouldn't mind. But even some people that have been doing it a long time and are quite big in this field, they still call it an EVP, and it's like it's not.
It's not exactly.
It's does my head in.
It's a spirit box session until you've recorded it, and then if you've got anything, then it becomes an EVP. If you can't debunk it.
That's why it's always spirit voices when it comes out my mouth. It's not
always, yeah. I just obviously, I have seen that before. You have actually done a whole rant, if you will, just on an EVP.
It's just sometimes you get that mood and it's just like, oh, what are you doing? You need to be told.
So what other pet hates have you got then, Miki?
Oh God. People that obviously orbs have been and done now. See you later for them, which is just silly. Although I did capture a good one last week. But
was it an orb or was it dust?
But it followed Rob down the stairs and then disappeared into him. But
really,
you never know. Orb can be anything, I suppose.
Exactly.
So I think also people that get their stories. I'm going to get in so much trouble.
Nah, you're not.
People that get their stories in newspapers and clearly know that it's not paranormal, but they get them in the national press anyway. And it's like, you read the comments for that article and it's just so much hate. And it's like, why would you put yourself through that? Because you already know it's not paranormal.
Exactly.
And
exactly.
it's just why.
But you see, because it goes back to the age-old, people want to be recognised for something.
Yeah, even if it's bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose.
I think it always goes back to that. I think you can spin as many tales on it as you wish, but it always comes back to the same thing, and it's they want to be talked about.
Yeah, I suppose good or bad, it's still serving a purpose.
Publicity is publicity, isn't it?
I know.
Personally, I'd prefer to have good publicity, but
And less
each
of it.
to their own. Exactly, less of it, but good publicity, I think, is a better way to go than to have ridiculous stories.
Yeah, definitely. But no, that just annoys me.
See, anybody that's listening, if you've not already checked out Moaning Miki, please go check out Moaning Miki over on YouTube. You have
soon.
me in stitches. I was just going to ask, actually, where has Moaning Miki been?
Well, Moaning Miki runs for 20 weeks of the year, normally from like November until April, I think it is. And then I start my weekly vlogs. So half a year of vlogs, half a year of Moaning Miki, and then obviously ghost videos in between.
Yeah, because you do go out exploring quite often, don't you?
And exploring, yeah. Yeah, I'm actually going out tonight after this interview.
Oh, well, I was just going to get onto that, actually, because I have spoken to the lovely Nick Stepani today.
Have you?
Yes, I have.
The lovely man he is.
Are you feeling nervous now, Miki?
No.
No, Nick has asked me to ask you a question, but it's not too bad. So here's a question from Nick. Have you ever experienced any apports, as in physical objects dropping from thin air?
Only at East Drive on the stairs, but that could be because Carol probably threw it. So.
Well, I was just going to say, going back to UK Haunted, obviously you and Alex did an episode, or a number of episodes, at 30 East Drive. Was it just one?
Just the one, yeah.
I've probably just watched it about 3 times then. And as you was doing your walk around with Carol, she was actually caught on camera throwing a marble.
What, on my episode?
Yeah.
Yeah, we thought that in the kitchen as well when 2P went against the fireplace, but we couldn't.
Oh, it might have been a 2p then rather than...
Yeah, because Alex had a GoPro facing himself.
Yeah.
And he was facing away. We were heading to the living room. So obviously Carol was behind us. And then suddenly it goes flying and you just probably 2 frames out and you'd have seen her. But obviously we couldn't prove that. So
no.
But no, I don't think we implied that it was paranormal.
No, I don't know. You didn't at all. But like you say, so what was it that happened on the stairs then, Miki?
Oh yeah, I think we'd been upstairs and we came down, and then suddenly there's just a marble at the bottom of the stairs, and so that wasn't there when we went up because we'd have trod on it, and it just seems a bit strange how that suddenly was there. But if I went back now, and I would watch her like a hawk.
So is that somewhere that you would want to go back?
We've tried before, but the prices are a rip-off now. Seeing as it's done 24/7 every day of the year. It is
extortionate.
It's I mean, he did well when we first went there. Can't fault him for that. It was really nice to us. So, but tried to go back a second time, and it was like no. And then obviously now it's ridiculous the amount of times people go there.
Well, you'd have to book about 4 years in advance, wouldn't you, just to go back, in all fairness?
Well, I can't believe people still go there that much, and events companies are still doing it all the time.
It is. It's one of the most popular, talked about places, isn't it? Let's be realistic.
Oh, yeah.
But then it goes back to, again, publicity.
Oh, yeah, definitely. But you can't have a lot of people there either.
No, you can. But then, I mean, don't get me wrong. I personally believe that small groups are the way forward anyway.
Yeah.
You've got less contamination there. So as an investigator myself, I would prefer to have smaller groups.
Oh, well, no, I'm not saying that. It's just the fact that people have bigger groups and go there.
Oh, yeah.
Which is stupid because you're not going to get... It's hard on a public event anyway to get any evidence that's credible because there's always someone giggling or messing about or getting kicked out because they're drunk.
Oh, well, I've never been kicked out for being drunk, but I believe,
Oh.
actually, Mickey, I believe you have told me off for giggling past midnight before.
Did I?
Yeah.
Oh, well, you probably deserved it.
Well, I did, in all fairness, but when something funny happens, it's funny, isn't it?
Oh, no.
Can't help that one.
No.
Do you ever take your dolls out on investigations with you then, Mickey? I know you said that you did the filming for the film that you guys did, but do you ever take your dolls on, like, when you go urban exploring?
I have taken Sadie to Fort Paul before in Hull.
How did that go?
That was really good. I put her in one of the cells. I don't know if they're called cells, but it was on the side bits on the main path around the site.
Yeah.
We put her down the stairs, and we put a voice recorder in there, and I locked off camera, just left her there. No one went in there all night, and you could hear like stones being thrown behind the camera, and it was just a little room as well, and stones being thrown at like the metal bars that are in there, but you couldn't hear footsteps leading up to it because there's obviously gravel outside.
Yeah.
So you would hear if somebody was walking up to it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I've been to Fort Paul a number of times. It is literally up the road from me. And as you say, when you're walking around the outside of Fort Paul, if you're in one of the little areas, you can hear if people are walking around. So there is absolutely no way that could have been contaminated.
No, definitely. I mean, it's such a nice place as well, so active. But I want to go back. But yeah, also I've taken Janet a few times. I actually took Janet last week when we went to Grendon Hall. A few of us went. Not sure if we captured anything that is related to Janet anyway, because I haven't finished all the editing yet. But like I said, I did take her there. But I've also took her to Crispin's a few months ago. And
is that the asylum?
Yes, the mental asylum, yeah.
Yeah.
I took my Robert the Doll as well, which is like what's it called? Merchandise, I suppose you call it. You can buy from the shop in Key West, Florida, where the real Robert the Doll is. But I spoke to the manager because it's difficult to get them sent to England. You have to email them personally, and they'll sort it out for you. And I asked I think his name's Dan, if he could, the one that actually I purchased, if he could take a picture of it with the real Robert, obviously next to him, so just to see.
Nothing like playing with fire.
Oh yeah, you got to do it. What other opportunity are you going to get? So, you send the message out psychically, attach yourself to this doll, blah blah blah, and then he arrived in the post. I said, well, cool. So I took him out with Janet to Crispin's, and we were doing Spirit Box and all this other stuff, SLS camera on both these dolls, obviously separately, one at a time. And I was just talking to Robert at this point, and just asking him where you're from. Obviously, you're from Key West, Florida. Your original owner was Robert Eugene Otto, and on the Spirit Box it said, "That's my name." And I'm like, what the, wow. And I said to Ben, because I was with Ben at this point, I said, oh my God, did that just say that's my name? And he goes, yeah, it did. And obviously on the video, it is clear as day. And it's like, wow, that's my name.
You see, that's phenomenal. Was it like the right accent as well? Because obviously...
I couldn't tell, but obviously why would that come up when I'm asking about his name?
Well...
that was crazy. I did a few different locations with that Robert the Doll, just to get an idea to see if it was location or it was actual doll itself. But I think I got some good responses. I think that's the only time I mentioned his name, and he was basically saying, yeah, that's me. So I need to finish that video as well. So yeah, that's on YouTube.
Is that already on YouTube now, is it?
Oh yeah. That's been on for a couple of months now. Mickey York, go check it out.
Well, actually, Mickey, since you've just said that, I have actually put links in the chat for your YouTube,
awesome. Thank you.
Your public figure Facebook, and UK Haunted as well. So I have put all of those links in the chat room for anybody that does want to check Mickey out.
You're a star.
It's all there. Just click the links and go and have a look. So yeah, I might have to look at that one as well because I don't think I've seen that one.
Oh yeah, it's very good.
So your YouTube videos are very entertaining, Mickey. It's got to be said.
Yeah, I do try sometimes. Depends
They
which
are
one.
worth it. Well, the Moaning Mickey ones are just hilarious.
Yeah, I got some good ones ready for series 4.
Have you already recorded, all ready to go?
No, I haven't recorded them yet. I'm just write down ideas that I get when I finish. Basically,
So can you give us a little bit of a snippet of what's to come on Moaning Mickey?
Oh yeah, wait there. Let me just. I wrote them down on my phone.
I do like an exclusive.
so many things that annoy me in day-to-day life. You know, it's like women that wear makeup in the gym. I mean, what's that about?
Oh, I wouldn't have a clue because I don't. What is the point?
Exactly. It's like, what are you doing? You're dripping. You either go in there and try and look pretty.
Right, exactly.
Take pictures of yourself, or you're going to do a proper workout and you're going to drip and you're going to have funny
Exactly,
face.
yeah. You're going to look like a panda. I mean, as you know, I am an avid gym goer anyway. I'm always there.
Yeah.
And I walk in and I don't really, I like to go to the men's section, if you like. So I like all the free weights and...
Looking at the men.
Actually, I don't. I'm not there for that. I'm there to work out. I want to work up a sweat. I want to look like I've just got out of the shower by the time I walk out. But yet, every time you walk in the gym, I look around and it is as people with they've curled their hair, they've put the makeup on. I'm like, to come to the gym. People see me at the gym and they're like, ugh, you look shocking. Put your makeup on.
It's different if you do it after your shower. That's different.
Exactly.
But don't wear it like, you know, just stupid.
Oh, Chloe Stevenson, the lovely Chloe, is in the chat room and she's just said that she's guilty of that. I'm thinking it's putting the makeup on to go to the gym.
Chloe, what are you doing?
Chloe, sort it out, lovey. That's both of us getting told off now, Mickey, not just one of us.
Oh dear, whoops.
We'll both be in the bad books. Have you got your list yet? Have we got some snippets of what's to come?
Yeah, I've got you know, are you a coffee drinker or a tea drinker?
Coffee drinker.
Coffee drinker, yeah. When I don't know what it's like where you work or whatever, but when I go to work, obviously I work in care, so each homes and that they buy coffee and that. But you can tell when the people that don't drink coffee buy the coffee, like tea drinkers, they buy such crap coffee, and it's like it's like Tesco value ashtray. and it's like, why are you buying this crap? You know, I wouldn't. It's just does my head in. It's like buy decent coffee. It just
There's no excuse for bad coffee, is there?
No, because obviously I drink a lot of coffee, and I've learned this mistake myself when I've gone to like service stations and you got coffee that's in the percolator thing, and you try it and it's like, look, that's horrible. Yeah. So when I go to service station, I have if Costa or Starbucks. No, I don't like Starbucks. I'm at war with them.
I was just going to say, actually, speaking of coffee, I was it a tweet that I see recently about Starbucks?
Yeah, I'm at war with them at the moment. So, stupid people. So, bad customer service. Oh, I could do moaning Mickey on them.
What actually happened?
And Amazon. Well,
moaning Mickey strikes early.
Yeah. Basically what it was, we're coming home from Wales on our holiday and stopped off at the service station and bought 4 drinks, and I got both my children had like these, you know, the strawberries and cream things with the whipped cream and stuff. Well, my wife was putting like chocolate sprinkles on whatever drink she had. I can't remember what it was now. And my son, lovely little Leo, he decided that he needed chocolate sprinkles and vanilla sprinkles on his already chocolate ice cream thing.
Naturally.
And as I took my lid off mine to go and put some chocolate sprinkles on my drink, he decided, by accident obviously, to knock mine over. And the whole thing went into my pocket, basically, into my phone. This was at the counter as well, in Starbucks. And I'm like, wow, I'm soaked. The whole floor is soaked. And none of the staff, it wasn't even busy in there, none of the staff even bothered to say, oh, you were right, like, we'll bring a mop round. We had to ask someone to get the mop. And it took like 10 minutes. all over the floor. There was other customers walking past. They could have fallen over.
Had you burnt yourself as well then, Mickey? If it went all down you, did you burn?
No. It just went in my pocket and on my trousers. So luckily, but it's like they didn't even ask once, "Oh, is your kid hurt?" or anything like that. Didn't offer me another coffee. I know they don't need to, but it's just like...
It's customer service though, isn't it?
It costs like 3-4p to make a drink in these coffee chains.
Exactly.
Good customer service. And it's just like, wow. It's like, no, I don't want another one now. Because my wife said, let's just go buy another one. It's like, no, I'm not in the mood now. I just went back in the car and drove home. It's like, no, I'm not giving them any more money. I really shouldn't
laugh because, that was a hazard waiting to happen. But that is classic moaning Mickey, isn't it?
I know. I'm going to have to repeat that one, I think.
Yeah. Do you want another one? No, I don't. I want to go home now.
Yeah.
In the car, everybody. Get in the car.
Yeah.
Oh, bless you. So, with Amazon, what's the story with Amazon, Mickey?
Well, that video we were talking about with Robert and Janet at Crispin's, I ordered what's it called? A voice recorder, a good one that I could use for like voiceovers and that. And I got it off Amazon thinking, I'll pay for the next day delivery. And I was waiting in. It's a Saturday morning. And I suddenly got an email in my living room. I can basically see my front door. And the telly was on quiet to make sure I heard the knock. And I got an email saying, your delivery's been unsuccessful. No one was home or whatever. So I'm like, what? So I ran outside. Obviously, there's no one there, no van, no note through the door, anything like that. So I'm checking online how to sort this problem out. So basically, I went onto the order details and said, issue with like delivery or whatever. And I had to phone Ireland, obviously where Amazon is, I suppose.
Uh-huh.
And I spoke to a lady and I explained the situation. And she said, I can get the driver to come back. I said, yes, please, because I've paid like £5 to make sure that's here today because I want to use it. So, he's not going to say he didn't deliver because he didn't even try and deliver.
And plus, if he'd have even attempted it, there would have been a card through anyway, surely.
I'm sure Amazon do that, yeah. So basically, he came back about 2-3 hours later, and he was very, very sheepish because I was watching him through the window. Because I was watching on the tracker. The tracker was on. I could see him driving up my street, and I thought, there you go. He's here now. Then I was watching. He was in the car, the van for like 5 minutes, and then he came out. And basically, knocked on the door, goes, I've got a parcel for you. I said, is this one from this morning? And he goes, yeah. I said, okay. And I thought, I won't abuse him because I had my camera on. And so, I got it. I thought, finally, I can start getting this voiceover, this video sorted. And it's all sealed, brown Amazon packaging, ripped the seal off, opened it. I thought, okay. I opened the Zoom box. There's nothing in it. There was no voice recorder in the box. Just
you paid for an empty box to be delivered?
Yeah, twice. Delivered twice, and no item. So I was like, wow. I was going mental on social media, and then I phoned Ireland again. Spoke to some bloke, and I was like mad at him, and he goes, "Oh, sorry, we can just give you a refund." I said, "Yes, please." I said, "I don't want you to send it out again because it probably won't be there."
Don't want another box.
Yeah, he was asking me if it was Amazon, like the box was open. I said, no, that was all sealed. I said, so someone in your factory has nicked that, put it in their pocket, and sent me an empty box. So yeah, I'm still at war with Amazon at the moment.
It might have been one of the dolls, though. To be fair, Mickey, they might have half-inched it.
Probably, but you're not going to film about us.
Yeah.
But,
Going back to the dolls then, Mickey.
Yeah.
What is your future for them, because you've got 9, they're kept in a suitcase, bless them. I can't even believe you're laughing at that. That's doll abuse, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Would you ever consider opening up like a museum?
I'm not going to be that big-headed, to be fair.
It's not necessarily about being big-headed, though, is it? Because as much as dolls freak me out, haunted dolls would intrigue me. So, as somebody that could be a potential customer, if you will, I personally would come to spend an hour with the dolls.
I suppose if you look at it that way, you could do it that way.
So
Obviously,
it's not necessarily. I know that there is a lot of hype about people with museums and money making schemes and things like that, but it's not always. See, I don't look at it in that sort of way. For me,
I'm not talking about Zach's museum or the Warren family museum in Connecticut.
Yeah.
It's not those two. It's ones in England that have been set up by these teams. That think, oh, I've got a haunted museum. So no, you haven't. You've got something in your garden. And
you've got something in your garden.
And it's like, yeah, whatever. So that's where I was coming from. I wouldn't expect people to want to think, oh, look at Miki, he's got some haunted stuff. I don't want to look at that. But if people wanted to look, I would just let them come and look at them for free. I don't know.
See, I'm sure it's not just me that would love to spend an hour with, especially like Janet. I've seen so many videos that you've done with Janet.
Yeah.
And as you've already mentioned, she looks freaky anyway.
Yeah, she is.
Bless her. She's not the prettiest of dolls, is she? Let's be realistic. So
no.
It's not something that I've spent a lot of time with either. I've been investigating for years.
Yeah.
And I've spent a bit of time with alleged haunted items that are about as haunted as my shoe cupboard.
Yeah.
So to actually spend time with an item that is actually haunted, I would love to do that.
Okay. Well, next time we're out, I'll bring Janet with me.
Yes, next time you do an event, I come anyway, as you know, because there's nothing like a UK haunted night.
No.
So yeah, definitely next time you do an event, I'll come along and definitely.
Yeah.
Chloe's in the chat room and she just said, Janet is a weird little thing, sat staring at her last weekend. Oh, poor Janet. Janet's not around to be hearing this, is she?
No. And apparently she grew a beard last week as well, people were saying. I think Chloe's mum actually said that it looks like she's grown a beard. And I think Chloe said something about her changing her head shape.
Chloe, can you just confirm in the chat room, lovey, or just give us a quick bit of info on what happened there? So was you just like sat doing like a seance or just sat chatting? And
no, it was she was in the room, one end of this bedroom, spirit box was on, Rob was going weird in the corner, and it was interesting.
What do you mean Rob was going weird?
Rob was, Rob is normally happy-go-lucky. Well, this time he just Rob goes weird. His face changes and he looks evil. And he does weird things, like he'll look around the room with a strange look on his face. It's not Rob. And
like he was in Drakelow?
I'm not sure, to be honest. What did he do at Drakelow?
But this is really helpful, isn't it? But we was in a room. I know exactly. We was in a room and we was just doing a bit of calling out, and Rob, like his face completely changed and he didn't look like Rob at all. It was like, who's that? And then when we turned the torch on, it was Rob, and it was like, oh.
Was that in surgery?
Do you know, I don't know. I can't remember for the life of me, to be honest, Miki. Chloe's in the chat room and she's saying it was worse than at Drakelow.
Oh yeah, Rob. Yeah, he just suddenly started laughing, like hysterically laughing, which was all on camera, so that'll be out soon. But it was just very strange. And then he left the room, and something horrible was with him on the stairs. That's when I saw that orb go in his back.
Yeah, because Rob's is Rob a medium, or is he a sensitive?
I'd say he's both, to be fair. I don't think he practices the medium, but he's our spiritual consultant.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he can see things and communicate. I don't know if he practices as a medium, to be fair to him. But he's very good.
But he's definitely got a gift.
Oh yeah, definitely, yeah.
I have actually seen Rob in action, so
Yeah.
I can vouch for that.
But yeah, it was a very strange night.
Yeah, Chloe's saying that he looked like he wanted to kill.
Yeah.
I can't actually imagine Rob looking like that, in all fairness. So do you think
Yes.
that could have been like the impact from Janet being there?
I don't know, to be fair. People have told me that they've watched Janet's videos and they've felt sick and they didn't feel happy. But
that would correlate with the story that you got with Janet anyway.
yeah, from the family not having happy vibes from her and feeling sick and just wanting her out the house. So yeah.
So how often do you have the dolls out? Do you do like groups of the dolls? So do you bring like Janet and Sadie and work with both four?
I've done various videos on my haunted dolls. There's a playlist on my channel. I think I did one with Janet, because the original Janet ones were on UK Haunteds channel. But then I started a new series on my own channel. I started with Janet. I did Sadie. I did Asylum Annie. That's quite quiet, that one. I did Edward when he called me a P word, but not a cat either. I don't know.
See, that was the first thing that I thought.
No, I don't want to swear on the radio.
How bad is this swear word, Mickey? Would it be really, really bad swear word?
Rhymes with dick.
Okay, so yeah, we can all work that one out.
Yeah.
And is this Edward? Is he the one that looks posh?
Yeah, posh Edward. Yeah, with his little velvet suit on, like shorts and jacket. Yeah, he broke my spirit box.
How did he break your spirit box?
When I was filming, I think I did a video with my daughter and all 9 dolls. I'm sure it was my daughter, and I put her in the middle, and all the dolls around her with like plague mask and scrying and all this stuff, just to make it, even more scary for her.
As you do.
Yeah, like you do. And basically, it was really active, and then started talking to Edward, and then suddenly all communication stopped on all different spirit boxes. Couldn't get no words coming through, whereas just before I mentioned Edward and I was talking about Edward, it was really active, and then just suddenly it stopped. Then I did the same thing with my 2 boys, and basically the spirits didn't really talk at all. And I didn't even have Edward in the house. I had the other 8 and did basically the same thing as I did with my daughter.
Mm.
And yeah, he just knackered my spirit box, one of them.
Oh my God.
And it didn't work. I had to get the person who made it to come up from London to repair the inside.
So you literally had to have a full repair job done on it.
It was an upgrade, because there was nothing burnt out. So it wasn't like I don't know, circuitry or anything like that. It just didn't work. There was just noise that didn't sound like anything it used to. So everything was upgraded, basically.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so very strange.
You see, that is something that I would love to see. Is it that he doesn't like you, or is it the fact that you keep him in a suitcase, Mickey?
I don't know. Probably both, because he would be angry if he's in the suitcase in the shed.
Exactly, bless him. And he's in his little suit and he's looking all posh, and you're shoving him in a dusty old suitcase.
If I had my way, they'd be on like shelves all around my house, but I'd get shot.
Yeah. Well, I can't say as I blame the wife for that, to be fair. I don't think, as much as I'd love to see them and I'd love to work with them and I'd love to experience it, I don't necessarily think that I'd want to be sat eating my cornflakes looking at them.
But I do have a story to tell you once. She doesn't listen, so don't worry. When I got Sadie and Damien, I think I got them from the same place. They both came, and basically I went to work that afternoon, so I put them on top of my wardrobe in my bedroom, and obviously I sleep in at work sometimes.
Yeah.
My wife was at home, and she was like in bed, and she felt someone, like as if I would get into bed and the bed would go down on my side, and obviously there's nobody there because I wasn't here. And it's just things like that happened while they were in there. And also another time that same
Did
week,
she not actually know that you'd put the dolls in the bedroom then?
I don't think she knew I got them, to be fair. I just get them and put them in the shed. Oh yeah, I'm not stupid enough to tell her.
Mickey.
And then I think 2 nights later, I was at work again, and she was in bed, lights out, on her phone, listening to music with earphones in. And she said that she saw my eldest son walk in our bedroom, walk over to my side of the bed, look at her, not say anything, and then go back out of my bedroom door along the corridor to his bed. So obviously she's like, "Oh, what does he want?" He didn't say anything. So she got out of bed, went basically a couple of seconds behind him, and he was snoring in bed. And he doesn't sleepwalk, and it wasn't even him.
No.
Yeah, so I don't know who that was, but my house was haunted, or still is, certain parts anyway.
So your house is haunted, but does it not? Is it not like the most active then, or does it vary? Because I have things in my house, and sometimes it can be active, and other times nothing.
It was active on, like, we've been here 7 years nearly now, and when we first moved in, my daughter's curtains were being opened every night, and her bed covers being pulled off her while she's awake. And my son saw a dark figure staring at him in the corner of the bedroom.
Oh, bless him.
Don't really know the history of this house beforehand, but I had a friend who was a witch, and she came to the house and blessed all the rooms, apart from the kitchen, like the main areas downstairs, and the hallway. So all the bedrooms had like protection crystals, blah, 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 spells, stuff buried in the garden to protect the house, except the hallway, the stairs, the kitchen, and the living room, dining room. And to this day, you can still hear, sometimes when it's quiet downstairs and kids are asleep upstairs, you can hear like feet running up and down the stairs and the landing. And I sit there saying to my wife, "See, they're in bed. You go upstairs and they're snoring." So there's no one there.
So how does your wife feel about all the paranormal activities that you get up to? Is she into the paranormal?
Not really.
Do you find that has like an impact on your relationship? Does she ever tell you off for I don't know, bringing stuff home? And
no.
So although she's not really into it, she's quite happy.
She believes in it all, because when she was little, she lived in Latvia, and she lived in a haunted house in the woods, and she used to be in the bed, and she would be looking, and she would hear footsteps walk up to her bed. Obviously, they had wooden floor, didn't have carpets in them days, and they would walk up to her bed, and she would obviously hide under the covers. So she's used to all that sort of stuff.
Oh, bless her.
Yeah.
Living in a house in the middle of the woods, that must be amazing.
Oh, no, it sounds so cool.
Yeah. I'm slightly envious, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
Miki, what have you got planned coming up then? Because we're on the last 5 minutes of the show. So what have you got planned coming up? What is your plans for the dolls, for any little explorations that you've got going on? I know you're out tonight.
Yeah, we're back out tonight filming. I think Alex is coming. So good. I haven't been out of Alex for a while, apart from last week. Obviously, UK Haunted stuff will be announced as soon as we are able to announce things.
Yeah.
That would be good. Obviously, Moaning Miki is back. I want to be doing more haunted doll videos. Now my spirit boxes are fixed and I have new ones.
Just don't let Edward anywhere near them.
No, I'm going to leave them alone, I think. But yeah, so just more exploring if I can, and more ghost videos, really.
Well, I'll definitely be watching.
Sorry, one thing I just want to say. There's a video, I don't know if people are aware. I got a new Jensen ghost box, and I tried it out in the woods near my house. And I walked in there, and I got the voice or the word Tommy come through as I walked in. And about 20 minutes later, I was in the center of the woods, and the spirit, I said, "Oh, who's here? What happened here?" And the voice said, "Young kid died." Yeah, clear as that. And
is there reports of a young kid?
I'm getting to this is good, believe me. I was contacted days later. At this point, there was nothing on social media that I'd been there, what I'd captured, or anything like that. contacted by Andy from Team Spirits Paranormal, and he said he had a spirit at his house called Tommy. He was a young boy, and he was saying, tell Miki. And basically what it was, he said that this boy had climbed a tree in the woods where I was. He didn't know I'd been there, Andy. And he told me the tree, sent me a picture of the tree where he fell from. I knew exactly where that tree was. And I went back the following week, and Andy was on Twitter DMing me questions and telling me what Tommy was speaking to him about while he was flitting between myself in the woods and where Andy was 60 miles away.
Oh my God.
And
is that video out now? Is it, Miki?
Yes, both videos are out. It's the second one where we actually passed him and his friend over, and they are talking to us as they go over. And I've never done anything like that. And I've got goosebumps again because it's absolutely
me too.
amazing.
I wasn't even there. I've not seen it. And it's safe to say I've got chicken skin right now.
Yeah, it's wow. It's the best thing I've ever done spiritually. And obviously Andy helped me do this because obviously I don't know how to do that.
No, but with guidance, you've obviously done it.
Yeah, so the Tommy video on my channel.
Is that what it's called? The Tommy video?
Tommy, the boy who died, I think it's called. Yeah. But yeah, it's amazing.
I think I'm going to have to check that out too.
And there's links to part 1 in that video anyway.
So you can get them all off your YouTube channel. So anybody listening at home, there is links for Miki, UK Haunted, and Miki's YouTube. They are all in the chat room. So pop over, check Miki out, check UK Haunted out.
Yeah.
Pop along to the events. Come and say hi to the boys. Miki, thank you so much for joining me this evening. You are an absolute star.
It's not a problem, Gemma. Thank you for having me.
No, thank you. And for everybody listening at home, Parasearch Radio have shows on pretty much every night of the week. If you miss a show, pop on over to YouTube. They are all on there. And don't forget to click, like, share and subscribe. Thank you for listening, everyone. Good night.
Bye.